Hey folks, happy day. It's Saturday afternoon. I just left church and I'm on my way home. Um, Happy Sabbath, everyone. I was thinking that I need to say that God is so good in my life. I need to say it more because it's so true. And I just wanted to say that I'm thankful for life, for health, for strength, because I believe that without God, I would not be here today, alive or well. And also, I wanted to share something. The last few days, I've been really realizing how strong the polarization is when it comes to politics and social media. There are only two groups, seemingly. There's not any middle ground. You're either black or white. You can't be gray. You can't stand on the fence. And if you're in one camp, there's so much animosity towards the other and vice versa. And, it's horrible, I think. It hurts my heart. I don't want to have that in my life. It's easy to be roped in, and it's so hard to be in the middle or to not to try to take sides because there's always somebody attacking the other side and you want to defend. But yeah, I realize that it's not the way. So I've determined the last few days that I need to be true to my core beliefs, in God, in Christ, as a Christian. And um, I just wanted to share a quotation from a book that I read many years ago, and I've read since then many, many times. But I started many years ago when I was very young, and I memorized a paragraph from that book. The book is called Desire of Ages, a book about the life of Christ, and I've always remembered it. I felt like I needed to keep that part with me, and it's basically saying or talking about the difference between confessing Christ and denying Christ. And um, it says, he who would confess Christ must have Christ abiding in him. He cannot communicate that which he has not received. The disciples might speak fluently on doctrine. They might even repeat the words of Christ himself. But unless they had Christ-like meekness and love, they were not confessing him. A spirit contrary to the Spirit of Christ would deny him, whatever the profession. And then it says, men may deny Christ by evil speaking, by foolish talking, and by words that are untruthful and unkind. And this morning when I woke up, that quotation was in my head. And, you know, I have said unkind things, and I have been untruthful in my life, and I don't want to have that. I don't want to have that in my life. So yes, I just wanted to come out and say that to my fellow Christians. You know, um, we need to strive to have the Spirit of Christ, right? Because we cannot communicate, we cannot share what we don't have, right? We can't be that light that is set on a hill, right? We can't be the salt of the earth. And so, yes, I just wanted to share that with you guys this Sabbath day. I don't mean to preach to you, but I was thinking about that this morning and the last couple of days, especially in light of things that are happening, not just in the last few days, but what's been happening for a while. It's a horrible thing that what's happening, the polarization on the sides, and um, it's hard not to be on a side, but uh, just think about the other person before you say something. Think about their feelings. Think about where they're coming from. Maybe they don't have all of the facts, um, or maybe you don't have all the facts, right? So before we lash out and before we attack and devour someone else, think about them as a human being, as a person, as someone who you would get along with if it wasn't for this one thing that they said or that they posted, right? So yes, let's love each other. Christ said that by this they will know that you are Christians or that you are my disciples if you have love one for another. That is the thing that will show that we are Christians, right? So I want to have that in my life. If I post something, um, I may try to correct somebody, or in love, say, hey, have you thought of this, or did you see this, or actually I found this, what do you think about that, instead of immediately attacking someone, right? We don't want to do that, but that's what's happening, all right? So let's try to be loving and kind and think about the other person as a friend and as a human, right? God bless you guys. Have a beautiful day and a beautiful weekend. As always, be healthy,